The workings of a podcast. Let's break it down piece by piece so you can better understand what is involved in putting together a podcast. Let's dive into the workings of a podcast. And what is a podcast? A podcast is a digital audio or video file or recording, usually part of a theme series that can be downloaded from a website. Now, a podcast can be audio, video, or even written content. It's really anything digital that is released at intervals and that people can subscribe to and download. So if you really think about it, a lot of things can be considered podcasts, but for our purposes, we're going to be sticking with audio here. Now, anything digital that is released at intervals and that people can subscribe to and download is a podcast. We have a digital file plus serialization equals podcasting. What equipment do you need today to start podcasting professionally? To start podcasting professionally, all you need today is your smartphone. In the past, you needed to invest in a microphone and all these other things. However, today, all you need is your smartphone. The workings of a podcast. So we have a digital file, which is going to be your voice, my voice, and the subject that you want to talk about. So simply your voice and what you want to talk about. We're going to digitize it. It's kind of like you recording on a recorder. Simply you recording, that's what we need. And then we're going to turn it into a podcast. So we take that as a digital file, and then we simply syndicate it. So for instance, you will be talking about various different things that affects those who you want to communicate with, those who you are broadcasting to. You will speak about their needs. You will speak about whatever products or whatever services or whatever empowering message that you want to communicate. And you'll do this on a periodic basis. You'll release it on an episodic basis, and it will be distributed on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and other places as well. And that is syndication. Now let's go back to the diagram that we had here. So the workings of a podcast, we have a digital file, which is your voice, and then we syndicate it, so we're going to be using iTunes, we're going to be using Spotify and other means to syndicate it and make it available to many different people. And so that is a podcast. We have a podcast.